Welcome to this episode of Viatorian Voices, where our conversations on the way give witness to the ministry and spirituality of walking with youth and those who go underserved. We carry the charism of our founder, the Venerable Louis Curbs, who taught us, "Strive to do everything well, so that through you, Jesus may be adored and loved." Here's your host, Viatorian Associate Dan Masterton.
In this episode, we begin a series of conversations with Viatorians from other countries where we serve. We currently minister in France, Spain, and Italy, the Ivory Coast and Burkina Faso, Canada and the United States, Haiti, Honduras, Colombia, Peru, and Chile, and Japan. We'd like to strengthen our internationality by sharing witness from our members in some other areas of our global community. In this episode, we speak with Father Dudley Pierre. Father Dudley is a native of Haiti, where he met and joined the Viatorians. He professed first vows in 2002 and was ordained a priest in 2009. In his religious life, he studied and ministered all around the world, including his current graduate studies in Spain. In this episode, we talk about the Viatorian community in Haiti, studying multiple languages, learning several cultures, and Father Dudley's insights for those considering Viatorian life. After you listen, help us tell the Viatorian story by rating our podcast in your favorite app, sending this episode link to a friend, and praying for and encouraging young men considering Viatorian religious life and all people considering Viatorian association. Our Viatorian vocations all begin somewhere. Father Dudley is a native of Haiti, and that's where his vocation story and draw to the Viatorians begins.
First of all, I have to say that it's a pleasure for me to be with you today and to try to talk about my community, my vocation, and all the other things. And Viatorians' religious life is for me a way to live in communion with God and to save my life by serving Him. In this life, I am in communion not only with God, but also with myself and my brothers and sisters. I met the clerics of St. Viator when I was about 20 years old through a Canadian brother who traveled to the north side of the country, I mean Haiti, for a vocational meeting with a group I was member of. This was, I think, in 1994. I think when I met them, as I've said, I was member of a vocational group and I was the, but when I finished, I didn't enter right afterward. I still had the idea to become a priest, but I didn't enter right away.
When Viatorian provinces bring the charism of our community to a new country, we call it not a mission, but a foundation. While members from the root country come to get things started, we hope that over time the charism will flourish in the context of a new culture, whose people animate it in their own ways. The foundation of Haiti has grown to become a region, and vocations to the Viatorian community in Haiti have been steady as we continue ministering there. Father Dudley was superior for the community there from 2019 to 2023, and here he shares more about his home country and the Viatorian community in Haiti.
In Haiti, the Viatorian community maintains a presence in diverse areas, including education, quality schooling, vibrant celebrations, and collaboration with the local church. We are active in 2 dioceses, Port-au-Prince and Gonaïves. Within this community, we struggle, I can say, we struggle for life because, life in Haiti is very difficult, and we provide formation and offer pastoral accompaniment to everyone, both poor and rich. Our primary ministries are education, catechism, and liturgy. And most of all, we try to be where they need us, and in the educational field.
In the Viatorian community, communications happen in 3 languages: French, Spanish, and English. In Haiti, Father Dudley grew up studying multiple languages, and he built on this foundation as an adult and a Viatorian. Here's how the thread of languages runs through his education and his religious life, and set him on the unique course he's now on.
Let's say that in Haiti, in secondary school, we have 7 years English class, but we mostly learn grammar and vocabulary words. And for this reason, I couldn't really speak when I finished my secondary school. So after I finished school, my parish offered a vocational program for a religious experience, as I was still considering becoming a priest, since it was unclear where I would be sent to a French or English-speaking country. I enrolled at the Haitian American Institute, which is in Port-au-Prince, where I studied English for 2 years. After completing my studies, this was in 1999, I entered the congregation. And for the Spanish, after my philosophy studies, and there was a program to make a commune international novitiate. And it was in 2004. And they chose me to accompany the novices at this international program. And it was in Chile. And I spent 4 years there. And I profit of this time to study theology. So I did my theology studies in Chile. I can say also that at the secondary school, we also have Spanish classes, but it wasn't enough for me to speak. So I didn't have much problem when I get there, because as I had the grammar, vocabulary words, so right away I could enter at the university. Like after 4 months, I entered the university, where I studied theology in Spanish. So with 4 years, it was for me possible to speak. And then right away after the hurricane in Haiti in 2010, I was sent to Peru also to make a formation in accompaniment. And there I spent 1 year as vicar in a parish also. So I can say that in total, I spent 5 years in Latin America.
Studying languages can be daunting, especially for many Americans who may only know one language and have never dived into the deep end of learning and practicing a new language. As we consider wider and deeper internationality in our Viatorian community, Father Dudley has some encouragement and a useful analogy for those who might need a little nudge to give it a try.
What I would like to say to anybody, not everybody has the ability to learn languages. But I want to say that learning a language is like music. I had music class, and I was told that to play music, you have to feel it. If you don't feel it, you cannot dance and you cannot play, because it's something natural. I think for the language also, you have to like it. And if you like it and you have the curiosity, I think that it's possible. And it's never too late. Even though you are 50, you are 60, you can still learn. Because I know some brothers who travel to other countries in mission, and when they get there, they learn the language of the country to collaborate and to realize their work. I think that once we have the willing, so we can.
Viatorians believe that God continues to invite people to Viatorian religious life and Viatorian association. So, what does Father Dudley have to say to those who are discerning God's invitations to Viatorian life? For him, it comes down to community and mission, with God at the fore of all we do and all we are.
The message that I want to give to anybody who can be listening to us, brothers or religious, is that we are united by the love of God, brothers and associates, and we have a common mission. And we have to pursue this mission by opening our hearts to welcome and collaborate together. And most of all, at this time where we are talking about internationality, I think that it could be a good thing. The acceptation, unconditional acceptation, and to open our heart and to be conscious that we have a mission to realize together. And we have not to forget that God is first. We are working in His field, and we need to pray for each other. That's my last word.
That's all for this episode of Viatorian Voices. We'd like to thank Father Dudley Pierre for his generous witness to us. May God continue to bless him in his studies, his ministry, and his religious life. To learn more about where the Viatorians serve in our province and worldwide, visit Viatorians.com/r-locations. That's Viatorians.com/r-locations, or mouse over the About Us menu and pick Locations from the dropdown. Most importantly, remember you can help us tell the Viatorian story by rating our podcast in your favorite app, sending this episode link to a friend, and praying for and encouraging young men considering Viatorian religious life and all people considering Viatorian association.
Viatorian Voices, Conversations on the Way, is a production of the Viatorian Community. Viatorians are professed brothers and priests, and women and men, lay associates. Together we proclaim Jesus Christ and the gospel and raise communities where faith is lived, deepened, and celebrated. In the footsteps of the Venerable Louis Querbes and under the patronage of Saint Viator, we strive to do everything well, so that through us, Jesus may be adored and loved. To learn more about our community, visit Viatorians.com or follow us on social media at Viatorian USA. Young adults can connect with faith-filled peers at Viatorian YA on the Way on Instagram, where Viatorian young adults are walking together in faith. We invite people seeking accompaniment in exploring God's invitations to reach out to Vocation Ministry. Send a DM on social media or email vocations@viatorians.com to start a conversation. Viatorian Voices is produced and hosted by Associate Dan Masterton, Director of Communications. Our Provincial Superior is Father Mark Francis. Voiceovers by me, Associate Dan Schwarz. Until next time, Venerable Louis Querbes, inspire us. Saint Viator, pray for us. Adored and loved be Jesus.
Do you want to say hi? Can you say hi, Dudley? Hi, Dudley.
Hi.
You say Dudley's name? Say hi, Dudley.
Hi. I'm Dudley. What's your name?
Can you say your name? Can you say Bridget?
Bridget.